English Premier League is arguably one of the most supported leagues in the world. Everywhere you go, you will find fans who support the English Premier League. From Rwanda to Kariba, almost everyone there loves the English Premier League. And today I'm meeting some of the English football fans as we get to know what makes them like their favorite team and what is it that have the passion in the game. My name is Christian Goramba and welcome to Fans of Africa, where we celebrate sports by giving fans a voice. Tim Brown, good to say.
I'm fine. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing great.
Nice.
Okay, maybe what I want to ask first is when did you start supporting the English football?
Okay. I just started having an interest in the EPL when I was in grade 6. I remember that was around 2003, 2004.
Okay.
My brother used to obviously, we used to screen a lot of Arsenal games, and I vividly know during that year, that's the year that we played against Barcelona in the final Champions League final. So I just liked the brand of football that Arsenal was displaying during that year, and then I just started having an affection for Arsenal.
Okay.
It was through my brother. So yeah, that's yeah.
Okay. So which team do you currently support in the English Premier League?
I'm a staunch Arsenal fan.
Okay.
The Gunners.
The Gunners.
The Gunners. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Manchester United fan. I think, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah. So apart from the English Premier League, do you have any league that you watch, maybe
Sure.
La Liga or?
Sure. I would say in La Liga, I support FC Barcelona, and then I sympathize kinda with AC Milan in the Serie A. Those are the teams that I support, apart from Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for me, in the La Liga, I support Real Madrid, Hala Madrid. And then I think in the Bundesliga, I like Bayern as well.
So can we talk of the best memories that you have to your favorite teams, maybe sometimes back or maybe recently or maybe some 10 years back? Can we start with you, Masawu Guti? I'm not a team young
When I want to try to kind of think about the best memories, the many unfonded memories, obvious good memories and bad memories, but obviously we're talking about good memories. It's very difficult to pick, but I would say I'll start by talking about the Sergio Aguero last minute win against QPR, the year that Manchester City won their first ever Premier League title. But my best memory comes from against Spurs when we played against Tottenham Hotspur. The year that we won the double, I remember. And to make it even sweeter, we did that in front of their own home fans as well. We did that at our White Hart Lane, so it really gets me very excited as well.
Well, can we talk of that first ever? Can we talk of that one? How was your feeling? How did you feel that? And then we'll get to talk about the worst memories as well.
Well, I actually had goosebumps because obviously Spurs, they threw everything that they had because there's no way we would celebrate when your rivals win.
Yes.
But because of the character that we had, we had that panache when we played that game. We played like our lives were dependent on that game. We gave everything on the field of play, and it didn't come just easily. I remember we scored with about 3 minutes to go during that time, and again, Man United as well on our throat, but we eventually won that game. So I just had goosebumps all over my body. Yeah.
Okay. So when we come to scoring on the last 3 minutes, it's more like people call it like yourself. Can we talk of that last 3 minutes? What were you feeling exactly by now?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. My brains were saying, "Wow, it's gone. It's gone. It's Manchester United's league." But then my heart was saying, Arsenal being Arsenal, we had that character, that never die character that we always had. And eventually, thank God, the boys managed to succeed and we won that game.
Wow. There is always that excitement that comes with the scoring at the last 3 minutes. So let me hear from Tawana, when is your best memory that you still have? Team Kwago, or maybe, can we talk of that? The worst and the best as well.
For the best, firstly, I think that I take rivals, yeah. So I think for me there has to be the 2017-18 season, Manchester United versus Manchester City at the Etihad. Halftime, Manchester City leading 2-0 down. I think at that moment I was like, game over. Pep Guardiola, once done, once this like that is done. Came back in the second half. Man United were a different animal altogether. Pogba scoring a brace within 2 minutes before Chris Smalling scoring the winner with like 10 minutes to go. So I think that's one that stands out for me.
Okay, and then let's go to the bad, the worst ones. Can we talk of the worst memories that you
Well,
have with them?
Just to be this season, definitely this season. I think Old Trafford against Liverpool, 5-0 thrashing. That was a bad game. Pogba red card, bad game. I think that has to be the worst memory for me.
Okay, can we talk of 5-0? What exactly will be happening? Like in your spirit, like supporting a team which actually gets to lose 5-0.
Yeah.
Feel like there are no players in the ground.
So obviously after the first goal, you'll be like, I think we'll come back.
Yes.
Second goal, you'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Third goal, you'll be like, okay, where is this going now? Fourth goal, fifth goal, I go and sleep. Definitely, I go and sleep. Yeah.
Okay, so talking of the English Premier League, who do you think is the best player so far? Or maybe who was there, who is no longer there, but who do you consider the best player in the English Premier League?
Best player ever. As a Man United fan, I can't think any other than Wayne Rooney. Definitely Wayne Rooney.
It's always
Special
good.
player.
Yeah.
Special.
Okay, but your best player, no, that one's a general player. Now, your best player, apart from Wayne Rooney, of course.
Okay, in as much as it's hurting to admit this, I think Kevin De Bruyne.
Okay.
It's a good player, wonderful player, wonderful player.
Why would you say so?
I think firstly, the way he's calm with the ball, he's really calm. Secondly, his vision. I don't think he sees football the way we see it in general. Some of the passes he makes, I'm just like, wow. And lastly, I think his crosses are amazing.
Okay.
That's a striker's dream. Most of his crosses, yeah.
All right, coming back to you, Masawi, who do you think is the best player in the English Premier League right now?
Well. You know, it's very difficult because sometimes many people have got this tendency to say the one who is scoring most goals becomes eventually the best player. But forgetting that we have got unsung heroes. For example, we've got the goalkeepers, the goalies. They do lots of job. You know, the way they put the ball on the line, the saves that they make as well count. So obviously, if I'm to ask many people, they'll tell you, wow, but Mo Salah is the best player right now, currently, because of his states. But if I want to really think about a player that I can say this player has been constantly, giving a stellar performance, game in, game out. It's very difficult, but I'll put, it's up for a debate, but I'll put. I hate this, but I'll say Rudiger.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Thiago Silva. For me, Thiago Silva is done.
Okay.
You know, the way he's aged.
Okay.
This is a 37-year-old player we're talking about. The way he defends, the way he reads the game, the way he controls the players for his age. It's something that, well, any other player can aspire to say, I want to be Thiago. To me, I would say Thiago Silva. Yes, many people can argue, say Mo Salah and so on, but you're looking at the games that Mo Salah has played, you're looking at the contributions that he has done for his teams. Yes, it can be up for a debate. For sure, Mo Salah can make my top 3.
Yes.
But if I'm to pick, I would say Thiago Silva.
Okay.
Thiago Silva has done a very good, because he scores goals, he can defend, he can do everything that you expect from a player. So Thiago Silva for Chelsea.
Join us after the break as we'll be looking at the current state of the English Premier League. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, and you're still watching Fans of Africa, and today I'm joined by Masawi and Tawana as we look at the current state of the English Premier League. And earlier on they shared their memories, the best and the worst memories they have in the English Premier League. But now we're going to talk about the Manchester City, which is currently on number 1, followed by Liverpool, as we'll get to know. I think Kuti, will it end like that, or maybe Manchester United will the others? So Masawi, can we talk of Manchester City being on the top position right now? Do you think it always remain that, or there's a possibility of it going downwards?
My head is saying Liverpool win the league. Okay. But my heart is saying Manchester City.
Where's the difference now?
Right. Why I'm saying this, it's well, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Pep Guardiola, and I would love Manchester City to win the league. Why? The main reason is because if the Liverpool fans win the league, most of my friends are Liverpool fans. I'm gonna have a tough time. But I'm talking about states. If you look at the current form, because your current form, especially during the second half of the season, matters most. Liverpool is in form. They're in form of their lives. And if you look at the football that they're playing according to the instructions. They're not even putting any step better. They're even getting better and better as games pass by. For an example, you watch the performance against West Ham. They kind of struggled, but when they played against Arsenal, whom we thought were in form, we saw what happened yesterday. We're humiliated. We're actually reduced. We're actually put in our own place to sleep at ease. So I'd say Liverpool, based on current form as well, my brain is saying they might win the league because they're not even getting there. They're not even slowing down. They're getting better and better. And then if you look at Manchester City side, they're not clinical. They know two ways about that. If you want to win games, you have to be clinical. There's nobody. I hear Pep Guardiola was actually mentioning the issue to do with showed parks grass, but they got chances. So would they have said that if we had got 3 points? I don't think so. They got clear chances. They didn't bury their chances. But on the other end as well, Crystal Palace. So if you look at the team that Patrick Vieira has assembled as well, he has assembled a team that understands his football, a team that is very difficult to break, especially the defensive wise. And then when they go forward as well, they mean business. Because I remember the parts that they put Manchester City as well. They could have scored as well, Crystal Palace. But like what we said as well, you need to bury a chance. They couldn't bury the chance. But that's the difference between them and Liverpool. So my brain is saying Liverpool win, but my heart is saying Manchester City. So it's a 50-50.
So it's a 50-50 situation.
It's a 50-50 for me.
Okay, so getting to you, Tawana, what's your take on Manchester City and Liverpool? Do you honestly think that Manchester will go away with the league? Oh, maybe Liverpool, there's a possibility of it just getting to the top.
Firstly, I'll look at Man City. I think with Manchester City, the main difference between them and Liverpool is the striker position, that number 9 role. If Manchester City had managed to buy Erling Haaland this season, definitely they would have won the league by now. But now, Klopp managed to get Luis Diaz. Now he has Luis Diaz, Salah, Mane, Firmino, and Jota. The 5 of them. Those are wonderful guys. So I think, Man City won't win the league. Liverpool edge it, in my opinion. Why? Because of that number 9 role. I think like you mentioned earlier on, they're not clinical enough, Man City at times. Whilst Liverpool, they're not messing around. I think Liverpool, they might not play well at times, like he said, even against West Ham, they're average. Even yesterday against Arsenal, the first half, they're really quite average. But once they change that gear, they're able to win it. And I think for that reason, Liverpool edge it for me.
So let's talk about your favorite team's current performance in the EPL right now. Where do you think your favorite teams will be? Maybe getting to the top, or
Right, I'm an Arsenal fan. I always tell people that numbers don't lie.
And Arsenal fans are the loudest fans.
I don't think so.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think so. Why? Because I remember when we started the league, we went on a 3-game defeated streak. We're the weeping boys actually. Because I remember even here at my workplace, many people would even go as far as just mocking me around, making jokes about Arsenal. And the other guys who are the Manchester United fans were the loudest, because I remember they were deceived by those first 2 wins against Leeds and Newcastle, and having their self-proclaimed GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo, who in my opinion is not a GOAT. Messi is the GOAT. So they're making a lot of noise. We have won the league, we have Ronaldo and so on. And they said, Arsenal, you're going down to the relegation. And look right now, we're on 4th position. We have got 3 games in hand. Above Manchester United. So if you put those 3 games, I understand 3 games in hand are not 9 points guaranteed. But if you look who has got an advantage, because already we're on ahead of Manchester United, who are in 5th position. So I don't think Arsenal. I think Arsenal will finish top 4 right now, because we're already on number 4, and Manchester United is yet to visit us at the Emirates Stadium, where Mikel Arteta will know what's at stake.
Okay, I see Tawana is boiling right now.
Yeah,
Boiling.
sure.
Okay, can we talk of the current state of Man U right now?
Firstly, I think for Arsenal, right now the greatest achievement is being on top of Man United.
Yes,
unfortunately for them. But going to Man United now, I think the biggest mistake for them has been inconsistency. They play well the first half, second half they're off, and for that reason I think we deserve where we are right now, 5th position. And however, I think when Arsenal do visit, when you do go to the Emirates rather, I think we'll teach them a lesson. We'll show them there's a difference. They are the small boys, we're the big boys. At the end of the day, definitely. Yeah.
I would just want to kind of interject my brother there. He's talking about Man United being the big boys. I've told many people that if there are two teams that are consistently inconsistent, we're talking about Tottenham and Manchester United. Why I'm saying that is today they win, tomorrow you never know which team is going to patch up, which Manchester United is going to patch up. On paper, I always tell many people that if you look at paper, you might be deceived. On paper, Manchester United look like they have got the strongest squad compared to Arsenal. That's a fact. But religiously, if you are putting Manchester United here and Arsenal, palm to palm, we are playing better football than Manchester United. We have been consistent. Clean sheets, David De Gea has got 5 clean sheets all season. Ramsdale has got 13 clean sheets. That doesn't come by fluke. It shows that we are doing very well.
Exactly.
We have got a DNA. Even if you look at us now, I will tell many people that as a coach at this stage, you're supposed to kind of identify your first 11. Have a first 11 that build chemistry in that team. Look at Manchester United. Today there's Harry Maguire, who always give you chances, obviously. Tomorrow there's Bailey. Tomorrow there's Wan-Bissaka. You don't know who is going to play. Today Rashford is in form. Tomorrow is not in form. And as a result, they taste that Atletico came to Old Trafford. They taught them a lesson as well. But if you look at our squad as us now, we have got now that panache that we have. I would say the team is now playing according to the coach's instructions. I'm not saying we're the best, but I'm comparing ourselves to our own rivals as well, which is Tottenham and Manchester United. I don't think these guys have got what it takes to make the top 4 this season right now.
Okay. Like you said, I think Arsenal think they're going to win all of their games. This is the Premier League. We all know every game is tough. So those 2 games, 3 games that they have in the end, I don't think they've won them already. And when you go to the Emirates, trust me, you're going to beat these guys.
You and Tottenham are the most consistently inconsistent teams in the EPL. So against Tottenham, what else were you expecting? This is a team that is depleted, a team that doesn't know what the coach wants. Today, Tottenham is playing. They beat Manchester, they beat Man City. The next game, they lost to Burnley. They beat Everton. The next game, they lost to Wolverhampton. So this is a team that is inconsistent. So like what I said, that Mama Sangana Zvidakwa.
There you have it, a heated argument. And Zibanga Pasangana Zvidakwa. This is Fans of Africa. Join me right after the break as we get to talk about the VAR involvement in the world of football. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Fans of Africa, and right now we're getting to talk about the video assistant referee, talking of VAR. How important is it to our games? Is it that essential, or is something that we can just bypass? Earlier on, actually passed by this shopping mall, which I actually saw a lot of people having an argument to an extent that they were almost getting involved to a fist fight because of the VAR issue. Masawi and Tawana, can we talk of the VAR involvement in football? Do you think it's that essential, or maybe it's just something that we can?
Right. VAR was a very good idea. It's actually a very fantastic idea. Why? Because it brings this fairness, especially, I would say the little boys, the small teams were the ones who are affected the most. For an example, they would argue, is this an offside? Is that not an offside? And so, and then because of the introduction of VAR, now we can start to say, okay, this is an offside, this is not an offside. But here comes the twist. The way it's implemented, the way it's interpreted in the EPL, it's so shocking because there's no consistency.
Okay.
For an example, today there's a decision that was given. For an example, Tottenham versus Manchester United game. There was a handball. A Tottenham player. There was a penalty, a potential penalty to Manchester United. It was not given. It was not picked by VAR. But then, fast forward, it was given to Tottenham. So that's why I'm saying there's no consistency now when it comes to VAR, especially in the EPL. The way it's implemented, it's so wrong. And why would a referee? And what I understand is VAR is video assistant. So the VAR shouldn't override the main referees on the pitch. Okay. What VAR can only do is to say, I want you to go and have a look and then give your decision based on what you're seeing. But now it's becoming so bizarre. Some other decisions, for example, VAR, you can see a career-breaking tackle. VAR cannot give. They might tell you that it's not. But I believe that VAR can assist to say, referee, come, let's watch, see, and then give your decision on what you're seeing. So the way it's implemented, especially in the EPL, it's so shocking. It's very shocking. It has brought more harm than good.
So Tawana, has the team ever been affected by vast decision in all the games that they've played before, or maybe it's just something that affects other teams, your teams per se?
And for sure, this season actually, I think FA Cup when we eventually went out against Middlesbrough, I think the equalizer from the Middlesbrough guy, I think it was a clear handball in the box. But apparently there's some rules and video. They actually didn't go to VAR. They didn't tell the referee to go and see. I think so. And then eventually, obviously, we knocked out in the penalties. And yeah, I think like he said, it is slowly, for me, remove the excitement of the football, especially the scoring part. You're not really sure if it's a goal. It's not a goal. Yeah. So yeah, this season against Middlesbrough, it affected Man United.
Yeah, it affected Man United. So how did you feel about that decision?
Obviously disappointed. Yeah. Very, very disappointed, especially due to the fact that we ended up losing that game. And for me, it was a clear handball. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So come to you, Masawi. Has your team ever been affected by VAR decision in all the games that they play?
I think if there's a team that would vote for VAR to be removed, is us now.
Okay.
When it comes to mind, plethora of decisions have gone against us. We'll talk about the Everton game when Tomiyasu was stamped by Ben Godfrey. That was a straight red card, and he actually had the marks that he had there. But notice, nothing was just given. Exactly. Nothing. But when it comes to us now, just as slim as, even if it's not even, when they think that maybe let's VAR interject, then VAR comes inside. I think us now, we've been effective. We have been affected by VAR massively. Okay. VAR. I think if there's a team that would say they favour, I would say Liverpool and Manchester United. VAR has done good to them. They've done very good to them.
So let's talk of the English Premier League. Do you honestly think that Norwich, which is currently on number 20, will still remain that position? Or maybe there might be some magic and then kind of get a little bit upwards. At the same time, which teams do you honestly think they're going to be relegated this season?
Sure. Firstly, I think Dean Smith, the Norwich boss, I think is a really good coach. I think they left it a bit too late. It's going to be too little too late for them. So I don't think they'll survive, but they'll definitely give a fight. So relegation zone, I think number 18 will be Everton. It's going to be a bit of a surprise, but right now they're playing poor football. So 18 Everton, 19 Watford, and 20 Norwich, in my opinion.
Burnley 18, Watford 19, and then Norwich 20. That's my relegation.
So can we take a look at Chelsea right now? I think it's one of the teams that has been affected by the Ukraine-Russian war. Do you honestly think that the non-football issues should have or might have or allowed to have anything that is to do with the world of football? Taking a look at Chelsea.
You know, I've told many people that if there's a team that I celebrate, I'm delighted during their pains, is Chelsea. I've told many people from a football point of view, I've told them that I hate them from a football point of view.
Why do you hate Chelsea? Why do you hate Chelsea?
Hey, Jesus Christ. I think those guys talk more than they eat.
More than Arsenal?
More than Manchester United. If they're supporters who talk a lot are Chelsea fans.
Yeah, I know.
Chelsea fans do talk a lot. So when you kind of hear that they're being affected, especially from the football way, so they are obviously managing not to buy other players and not and going down. I would say I would want, but when we now want to mix politics in football, it becomes very disruptive. Why I'm saying this, because we always tell many people that sport unite people. We're all united due to sport. Even if you look at that excitement, that rivalry excitement that comes through sport, I've told many people it's not a good scene. Looking at a club being affected by politics, things that have got nothing to do with football.
So, Tawana, do you honestly think that things that is nothing to do with football should not at all intervene in the world of football? Talking of Chelsea as an example.
Now, I think I agree with what he said, most of what he said. Definitely, football and politics, two different things. I think politics shouldn't affect the normal person, the civilian. No, definitely not.
No, but football fans, football players are also civilians.
Fair enough, but now when it's now affecting a whole football club, I mean, we're not just talking about players. We're talking about the guys who sweep, for example, the guys who do the pitch. Those are guys who need employment as well. So I think when we start doing that, we're being a bit inconsiderate. So definitely not. I don't think politics should affect football, in particular Chelsea right now. Definitely not.
Thanks so much, Masawi and Tawana, for the insightful discussion that we had. And also, I grasped a lot of things, especially when it comes to implementing them to Zim. I hope we'll meet next time. We'll be talking about improvements in our league. It has been a great time having fans of the week, Tawana and Masawi, as we're talking about the English Premier League. You know, it's always important, also amazing to know that we have these fans in Africa. Till we meet again next time, this is Fans of Africa, where we celebrate sports by giving fans a voice. My name is Christian Kwaramba. Be kind to one another. I'm out.